We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Redskins. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll look to throw. And Reed with it over the middle. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series, they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
He'll look to throw. Jordan Reed has it. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On first down, this is Geis. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
There we go. Nice play, baby.
Now back to throw. And that's complete to Huff. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
On the handoff, it's Geis. And an alley to run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. They'll set up to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. He'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. They're going to look to throw. He gets it in the hands of Geis. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Darius Geis with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Redskins have taken a first quarter lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will take this one all the way back inside the 35-yard line.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
No, check, Patriot!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play his own defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
They'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off here the 32. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They'll hand it down to Geis. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Patriot!
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, He looked like one of those guys.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
He'll drop to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Derek Barnett coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. The Redskins send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him, but whatever's going to...
Here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked up by Jamal Agnew. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a cornerback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets. But oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. And his kick is good. And that will make it 10-0 here in the first. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are back within a score. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your
under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball. Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. But they face a second and long to start things out. A good positive play there, 9 yards, but still 3rd and long.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
The Redskins on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And across the midfield, stripe into Eagle territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Back to throw here. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 43 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. On the ground, Geis. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers?
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Darius Geis, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And that is caught by our Darius Stewart. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's picked off at his own 46, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. Third down.
Hey, you got 3. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit. Detroit.
They'll look to throw here. Steps away to his left. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. The guilty party chants Warmack, the guard out of Alabama. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
McCaffrey following the penalty. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be second down.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. Only 3 yards on the pickup. They'll be left staring at a 3rd and 14.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And complete to Zach Ertz. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him older lot.
Doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. No gain, and it's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Set. Blue
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Ioannidis. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They start on the ground with Geis. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Back to throw. Incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
They'll look to throw. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So we've reached halftime here in D.C. in our nation's capital with a home team, the Redskins, on top. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And they'll run it here. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
All right, here we go.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey, and he is going to lose yardage here. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jamal Agnew, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it.
And now here's another interception. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah,
Then with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And all the way up to the 49. A huge play there for Washington. 41 yards. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Making the stop there, Danielle Hunter. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Looking long for his tight end lead. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it down to the 32. 13 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, got the step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. In for the score. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, you know.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Preston Smith in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up a throw. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now back to throw. Ertz has it left side. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
They'll set up to throw, eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Set! Green, 39! Green!
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And this is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. They had the double-digit lead at halftime, and they have continued to roll. They're hard to stop right now.
I think what we're seeing is an example of a team that has it figured out in this ball game. And whatever the adjustments are the defense has made, hasn't slowed them, hasn't phased them at all. They either anticipated them or they've been so far ahead that they just can't catch up.
Now it's just a search to add to the lead. They stay on the ground. Geis again. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
the right side here, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. This is Geis, and he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And he'll take this one down near the 15. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Complete to Stewart, right side. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win? What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Back to throw now on first down. And my goodness, another interception. He's picked off at his own 46. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, This intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And now here's another interception. He's picked off at his own 46. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Redskins touchdown. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Hot.
He'll drop to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 25. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Geis with the carry on 2nd down. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. The Eagles on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. A big play there for the Eagles on third down. 65 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. This is McCaffrey on the give. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. And his kick is indeed good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. Final score.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Washington, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, things aren't looking good. It'll be an 0-5 start. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Somebody call for the queen.
I never do anybody. Something to do with it. I got the streets on my back. Carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like lemon in the mouth. Ooh, that's a truancy about it. I Made me some rest in the morning. I had me up by the morning. I had me some breakfast by the morning. I had a sip by the morning. I got on a meat on the morning. The rats keep me up on the volume. I had a in my shoulder. You got this bitch at me. Pacific ice on my ocean. Ready for war like a Russian. Ladies should never the luggage. My diamonds they tussling. My neck and my belly. They talking for me and they. You want me like me and I look. Yeah, her Rex on her. Yeah, big Rex better calm down. Yeah, if you go around, come around. Yeah, whole squad. Yeah, squad goes on the. Yeah, make some orange gel on my toes. Yeah, Farrakhan glass for the chosen. Yeah, you can go and get mad. Jumping in the bed with 2 dark teeth, man, who's you? My shawty pulling up with a real bad, you too. Dripping my swag, Dubai tag on, I got it in the bag, man, getting all type of cash on my general true. I never did anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning. I had me up by the morning. I had me some breakfast by the morning. I had a sip by the morning. I got on a meat on the morning. The rats keep me up on the volume. I had a in my shoulder. You got a picture.
You got a picture me. Send me calling. Ready for war like Korea. Headlining shows out in Poland. You should be cleaning my mansion. My peasants disgusting. Why don't you act like a Hoffman and go get to dustin'? Yeah, latex on my. Go clean my crown. They don't make a sound. Body goes on these. White paint on my toes. When I see that new bay alert, gon' be mad. Jumping in the bed, then I switch to the ghost like who's you? Remember this face, cause I'm that you gon' lose too. Dripping in ice, you looking at you. It's squad goals win. Are you pretty like no?
I never did anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning. I had me up by the morning. I had me some breakfast by the morning. I had a sip by the morning. I got on a meat on the morning. The rats keep me up on the volume. I had a in my shoulder. You got a picture. Jumping in the bed with 2 dark teeth, man, who's you? My shawty pulling up with a real bad, you too. Dripping my swag.